Hello everyone, I am Surbhi and I welcome you all in my channel Key Differences. Today in this video, we will discuss the differences between Curriculum Vitae or CV and resume. So friends, without further ado, let's get started. Now before we proceed to our topic of discussion, I would like to make it clear that in some countries there is a fine line of demarcation between a CV and a resume, while in other countries they both are used interchangeably. So basically, the difference between them lies in the context. So let's start our discussion. Curriculum vitae or CV is a detailed document that highlights your career journey, that is, your professional and academic background, such as your work experience, research projects, achievements, awards, etc., by degrees in a reverse chronological manner, meaning that you will begin with your most recent position or educational qualification and proceed backwards. In general, a CV is requested in the fields of research and education. These are mainly used when you are applying for research fellowships, scholarships, grant, scientific position, academic jobs, that is faculty positions, etc. So a CV lays emphasis on your scholarly identity, that is, it highlights your abilities as a professor, researcher and publishing scholar. In short, it is a standard representation of credentials within academia. Now I am going to tell you what sections you should include in your CV to make it more presentable and also enhance its value. So basically, the sections are divided into two parts, which are basic sections and optional sections. Heading. This will include your name, email address, postal address and phone number. Education. List of all academic degrees within progress or most recently earned degree will appear first. Along with that, you will also mention the name of institution, city and state, degree type and specialization, month and year of completion in this head. Relevant experience. Arrange positions that highlight your skill and expertise. You can classify your experiences into specific categories to better present your CV. For example, teaching, research, etc. Publications. You must provide bibliographic citation for articles, pamphlets, chapters in books, research reports, or any other publications that you have authored or co-authored. Presentations. Here you must provide titles of professional presentations, name of conferences or events, dates and locations. Honors and awards. Receipt of competitive scholarships, fellowships, name of scholastic honor, teaching awards must be enlisted here. 3 to 5 references are generally preferred. Qualification and skills. A brief description or summary of relevant strengths and skills can be provided. Grants received. You can also enlist the name of grant, name of the granting agencies, date on which grant received, and title or purpose of the research project. Institutional service. Here you will list out institutional committees you have served on, including offices held, student groups you have supervised, or academic projects you have assisted with. Certifications. In this you can mention all the certifications you have received along with the year of receipt. Professional association. Here you have to state the membership in national, state, regional and local professional organization. Current or recent research. You can describe your latest research or research in progress in this section. Community involvement. Suitable and relevant volunteer work, community service organization are listed here. Education travel. Name of the country, date and purpose of education travel are to be stated here. Resume. A resume is a formal document that highlights your professional qualifications in terms of work experience, educational history, and achievements. In general, a resume is used to exhibit your abilities and convince the recruiter that you are the best choice for the particular position for which you have applied. You can also say that a resume is a personal marketing document. So let us look at its definition. A resume is concise, straight to the point document prepared with an aim of applying for the particular job in an industry. Ideally, a resume is 1 page long, but in some cases it may extend up to 2 pages. Now you must be wondering what you should list in a resume to keep it short yet informative. So you don't need to list everything you have done in your career. Just select some of the best and most relevant things from your CV and add them to your resume appropriately. So to write a resume, you can use either of the two formats, chronological or functional. A chronological resume lists out educational history and work experience in reverse chronological order. On the other hand, a functional resume is arranged according to your skills and abilities. Now I am going to tell you what you can include in a resume to best reflect your experience. Heading. This is the most important section, which includes your name, postal address, email ID and contact details. Objective. Basically, it is a one sentence declaration of the kind of job you are looking for. It must be specific, considering the company you are applying to and the job title you are seeking and the skills that you would like to use in that particular job. So you can include this if you are specific about the job profile, otherwise just skip it. Education. In this head, you can list out your degree colleges along with their address, degrees earned and year of completion. But what you would do if you are in the process of earning a degree? In that case, you can simply mention the expected date by which you are going to receive it. Make sure that you are not listing your high school unless specifically required. Work experience. In this section, you can list out all the paid or unpaid jobs and it must include the job title, employer's name, city and state, date of employment. You can also summarize your contribution to the job position, achievements and responsibility assumed. Skills and proficiency. With this section, you can inform the recruiter about any unique, relevant or necessary skills that you possess which are not indicated in the other sections in your resume. Certifications. If you have any certification which are related to the specific job position, you can mention them here. Now what about job references? Job references should never be included on a resume. However, they may be included in a resume, but remember that always add them on a separate reference page. Now we will talk about the difference between CV and resume. A CV is a descriptive chronological listing of an individual's entire career, that is education, publications, accomplishment, notable projects, awards, honors, achievements, and professional experience. On the other hand, a resume is an instant summary of an individual's education, skills, and experience. Next, in a CV, completeness is more important than its length. Your CV must cover your entire academic history and is not confined by length, so it is usually detailed and several pages long. As against, resume is concise, wherein you list out only those details which are relevant to the particular job, so it is usually one page long. Next, goal. CV presents a complete history of your academic credentials, that is research, teaching, publications, awards, services, etc. Conversely, resume is used to prove by way of action-oriented accomplishment statements and metrics that you can perform the job effectively. Use. CVs are generally used for academic purpose, that is in the field of education and research, such as applying for a research program, whereas a resume has a general purpose use, that is these are used when you are applying for a regular job, such as for business, non-profit organization, government or any other job position. Next, references. CVs always include a list of references, but in case of resume, reference is not included. However, rarely they can be used, but in a separate sheet of references. Next, CV lays emphasis on academic and scholarly accomplishments. Conversely, resume focuses on skills and accomplishments that are relevant to the particular job you have applied for. Customization. When it comes to customization, a CV is a standard document, which means that it is not customized every time you apply for a certain research program, scholarship, or a faculty position. But on the other hand, resume is tailored according to the specific job you have applied for. Content. A CV describes your entire educational and professional career in an elaborated manner. Conversely, resume summarizes only relevant education, experience and skills. Last but not the least, while a CV showcases credentials, certifications and affiliations, resume showcases competence in terms of work experience, accomplishments, etc. So guys, this brings me to the end of this discussion. I hope the concepts have been clear now. However, if you want to study the topic further in detail, you can visit our official website, that is keydifferences.com. Here you can find a detailed comparison of CV and resume along with their definitions. Links are also provided in the description box below. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. And if you are new here, consider subscribing this channel and also hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so that you are notified every time a new video is uploaded. And if you have any queries or feedback for me, feel free to leave in the comment section below. Until next time, this is me Surbhi signing off.